Okay, so I got an 01 Nissan Sentra. The bulb to illuminate the shifter position is actually burnt out, so I'm going to go ahead and replace that today. The bulb is a LL194. I've actually got some that are a little bit different. It's because the parts place is doing inventory, so they give me a pack of 10 for the cost of 2. So I'll probably have those for eternity. But anyway, it'll fit the need for today. So got plastic pry bar tool, so we're going to go ahead and pry this outside piece off. I've already removed the tray, the charger port cover, used to be called cigarette lighter in the day, ashtray, all that's gone already. So we're going to go ahead and get this loosened up, and we will give that a start. There we go. Once you kind of get it started, we'll just work this around. Try to keep under it and keep sliding around. Oh, sorry about that. I guess I should look at the camera too. There we go. So once you get it loose to that point, the shifter kind of gets in the way, as you can see up front here. So got my brake on. I'll go ahead and get her set back to neutral. I think at this point we can go ahead and loosen this up. There we go. Still attached to the cigarette lighter / charger port. So I don't want to go too far with it at this point. I guess we could disconnect it if it's relatively easy. Let's see. It should just be a pinch and release, but sometimes they're a little more accessible than others. And I'm guessing the top. Let's see if we get that released. There we go. So it's actually on the far side. So if you kind of reach around and pinch from here, you can pull it. Done. All right. So from what I've seen in other videos, it's apparently 2 clips in the front, 2 clips in the back. And from what I've seen, you should just be able to push these into free up. Yeah, okay. Actually, you don't need a lot of pressure on that. Just about kind of cracked my thumb open there. So yeah, just not a lot of pressure there. And the back, I'm not sure how much lifting we'll need to do there. Looks like it works free rather easily. Okay, so now the question is, how do we get to the bulb assembly? I know it's underneath this little panel here. I'm not sure exactly how it disconnects and pops loose. I'm wondering if this actually is the clip that holds the bulb assembly in place. I hope that comes through on video. Yeah, this here. So that may be what that is. Let's see if we press this tab in, if we can actually get that to drop down below. Apparently that's where the bulb assembly is. And see if we can't get that bulb replaced here rather quickly. Okay, so the secret to the bulb assembly, that is actually the tab that holds the bulb assembly, and it snaps underneath of this assembly. So you can see the tab here in the back, but I found no way of freeing this end. So essentially, if you just use a flathead screwdriver and you free up the front end and kind of push on it, you can reach underneath and basically just kind of flip it with your fingers downward, and that tray will drop. And at this point, we should have access to that tray. Much easier when you got 2 hands. So there's the tray itself. If let's see if I can lighten this video up when I upload it. The tray is there. It's dropped out. I just haven't been able to move it to a position yet. before I can actually get my hands on it. What I may do is just reach in there with a pair of pliers and just pull the bulb out. I can see the bulb. Again, I'm not sure if this is going to come through clearly in the video. It looks like it does right there, yeah. So just reach in, pull it, just feed the other one back in with a pair of pliers, push it in the actual contact assembly with my fingers so I don't bust the bulb. We'll see if that will work for us. Alright, so I was able to get the bulb out. So this is the old one. Let's see if I can get a focus on that. Not exactly, not yet. There we go. There we go. So there's the old one. You can see how dark it is. And the new one. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in. And I'll show you the trick that I kind of ran into to be able to get actually to the bulb a little easier once I get this pushed back in. Okay, so again, obviously this is the bottom left corner here. That's where it seems to be easiest to get the bulb positioned out, I guess because of the small length of the wire that you have that's a connector that's connected to it. To actually give it power, but I'm going to push that kind of back down on the side, lift the shifter up kind of over it. There we go. Alright, well the trick for me for getting the shifter and the bulb assembly kind of in position to where I can get the bulb assembly out was these tabs here. For me, let me see where the tabs are. Yeah, these here, which I can't see in the camera. Yeah, but these tabs here, basically you need to get in a position where they will pull out. And let me see how I did that. Actually, I think I shifted it up. Actually, I am all the way up now. Okay, so I shifted it all the way forward, and that allowed me some more flex room, and I was able to kind of work the shifter to a point where I was able to get these corners to go down. There we go. Yeah. That's what I did. Alright. So yeah, basically just get one side under the this console area, and then just work the other side in. You kind of got to do some twisting and moving around, but it will in fact go. There we go. Alright, so once you get those back in, you got the ability of a little more movement. Another thing to do next is to get the back piece for the bulb assembly put in place, and then reach under it and snap it to where the front piece clips into place. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so hardest part of the job so far was getting this this back tab pushed back up into the assembly. The issue is, again, with the black bulb assembly. Oh, sorry about the fingers there. All right, so with the black bulb assembly, it fits up under this piece, but it only has so much play. So the shifter is easier to maneuver and get your hands under with it lifted up. But you do have to actually put it back into place, kind of where it sits, and just kind of work under it the best you can. It's a little bit difficult to get the tab lined up here in the back, and to get the front one to click back into place. You can see we've got that done now. Right there. There we go. So at this point, I'm not able to see the not able to actually see the bulb work, and so I've got an extra car I can drive meanwhile. So I think I'm going to put this on hold till tonight, make sure the bulb works, because I don't want to have to go back and redo this in case there is another issue. But the bulb actually fits in place. You got to make sure it's crossways. You got your little knob on the left and right at 3 and 9, so it fits across this way, and that's where your connector tabs are at the 9 and 3 position. So you snap the bulb into the bulb assembly in that position, and you can feel it when it goes in, and at that point you'll know you got it in place and you can reassemble. So we will pick back up once this is tested tonight and we have lights. Okay, so I brought you back here. As far as testing the bulb, I actually did learn that if I flip on the lights, I'm not sure if I even I actually don't even need ignition on, but you can see my bulb there. It's working bright, doing great. But however, the bulb has backed out of the assembly somehow as I was working to get it back into place. So obviously that's not going to do us much good. So I'm going to go ahead and have to reposition this back out and work on getting that shoved back into the assembly. So I'll let you know kind of what I run into with that. Did not anticipate that backing itself out, but nevertheless it did happen. So I'm going to cut my lights off so I don't forget about them, and we'll get that re-secured into the retainer. Alright, so bringing you back here, so you can see the bulb right here. So I've got the bulb, obviously it was backed out of the assembly, so I was able to pull the assembly out. So this is where the bulb goes in this hole. I don't see any way of it having a retainer though. So I guess it just kind of fits in there and just is supposed to stay, but obviously it didn't happen there in my case. But anyway, here's the black retainer that actually sticks back through this little hole here, and then of course this end is what holds it in the front when that's pressed back up into the shifter assembly. So you don't have enough wire there. It's really annoying to be able to do a lot with a bulb. So with this piece actually stuck, or not stuck, but basically put in place under the console, there's not enough wire for you to be able to push the bulb into this hole. So I guess I'm going to have to put the bulb into the hole and then reattach this to the shifter, with the shifter being further down. Right now it's actually all the way up as far as it'll go, but I had to push the shifter down and somehow have my hands in there to be able to put the retainer back underneath it and snap it in place. So I'm not sure why in some of the other videos I've saw, the guys didn't have this much trouble, but I guess I'm just lucky.